I don't know, to me it's just so simple, but I've been doing it for so freaking long that like I have to like come and remind myself to tell you guys all about this and how it works, so that you can realize like the opportunity, realize like you guys can do this. You really can do this, and it can be done in any vertical. What's up everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the channel. My name is Eric Beer. Every day on this channel we talk about performance marketing, we talk about arbitraging media, and we talk about how to create cash flow, how to get qualified leads. And today I want to come and talk to you about the post show that I just came from out in Las Vegas, and give you guys a little bit of insight on what I'm seeing in the market, where people are making some money, and some things that I learned. And I felt like one of the things that was really important was just trying to explain to you guys like how a lead gen vertical works. Okay, because it seems like you guys are asking me all these questions all the time about, you know, what should I do? What leads should I generate? Where should I generate them? Who do I sell them to? And all good questions, all really good questions. But it all starts with ultimately, what is the actual offer that you're creating? Who are you going to look to help? What is the person in the marketplace? Who is going to be that lead? Okay. And then once you can kind of figure out somebody that could be a lead, you also need to see who are the buyers and what's that market look like, and can you create a business around it? I'll give you a few examples of some of the ones from just talking to people at the show that triggered some ideas for me, and I thought it was just a good example for trying to explain it to you guys. So sitting with a guy who I've known for a really long time, we were kind of going back and forth talking a bunch of things, and he mentioned a thing called a place for mom, a place to call home for mom, something like that. I forget the exact thing, but ultimately it's a lead gen portal. Okay, someone created a lead gen portal, and they're a big business. I mean, since he said that to me, I've seen them on TV, I see them ads, and ultimately it's a lead gen portal for finding elderly people, seniors, homes, right? Places where they can live when they're in either like a senior living or some other situation. And the way that it works is they're driving traffic to a place for mom, I think is what it is. They drive traffic to a place for mom. They get people to sign up. They give them some information on who is this for. Usually it's somebody like me looking for my father, right? So I would fill out information about my dad, some of the details of what I'm looking for, and then I'd give my information, and immediately I get a phone call, right? I get a phone call from somebody to talk to me about my situation, to then ultimately hold my hand to find a place for my father to go and live. You need to know the locations and the situation. And then what they do is they have all these deals set up on the back end with all these different companies, right? They could either have their own senior living facilities where they're doing it themselves, or they could also have other locations that they have no affiliation with, other than they just did a marketing deal with them by saying, hey, if I am able to get somebody to come to you and they're going to sign up and start living with you, and these places are really expensive, what would you be willing to pay me, right? What would you be willing to pay me for a lead? Or maybe they would get the person to the place where they fill out an application, and then they get them to go and visit the place and start living there. And what would you pay me for someone who's actually going to sign up to come live in your facility, right? And, I don't know what those numbers look like, but that's a lead gen vertical. That's it. As simple as that, right? So it's like, that's a highly profitable business. It's very expensive when you're putting your parents or someone older into one of these senior facilities. So I would imagine that there's a huge allowable for them to be able to pay for leads and customers. So it's a really good niche business. So that's it, right? So ways that you can think about it from your perspective are, one, how could I do something similar if I wanted to create my own lead gen vertical? Heck, you can create your own lead gen vertical where you can do the exact same thing, right? And you can call it a place for dad or something. It doesn't really matter what you call it. Target seniors looking to go to some senior facility, or maybe the kids of the parents or whomever. And then you can go and you can try to get relationships on the back end to sell those leads and acquire those customers for those facilities. Or you can reach out to a place for mom, right, who's already got it set up. So what do? You just give them a call and you try to get in touch with the person that's handling their customer acquisition and ask them, hey, would you guys be willing to buy leads? Or what would you pay me? They might have a program, right? I haven't done that yet, but ultimately, if they did, then they already have the business set up. They're looking for traffic. They want traffic. Maybe they're doing a bang-up job by themselves, but I promise you, there's always opportunity. There's more traffic to be had, right? And if they have a room and they're looking to fulfill in certain areas, they might want to talk to some crazy, awesome media buyers or people that have a database, and they'd be willing to pay you on a cost per lead or a cost per sale, cost per acquisition. I don't know what that number looks like, but if you call, you do a little legwork, a little biz dev, and get on the phone with somebody and tell them, hey, I'm looking to drive traffic to your offer. What are you willing to pay me if I generate a lead for you? They'll say XYZ, or maybe they'll say, well, what do you do? Like, how are you going to drive traffic? What sources are you going to use? How are you going to get them there? All this stuff, right? And ultimately, if you can go and find a way to get a deal done with them, then at that point, you're going to go online and start generating leads. And let's say they were willing to pay you, and I'm making this up, so don't go to a place for mom and say, hey, are you willing to pay me $20 a lead, right? But maybe they would pay you $20 a lead. So at that point, you can try to figure out a way to go drive traffic to their form and ultimately do it for less than $20, right? If you could do it for $15, that means you're going to make, 25% for every lead you generate, right? And that'll be $5. You'll generate leads for $15, and then you'll be able to then sell it for $20 to a place for mom. Now, there's a few different ways you can do that, right? You could either send traffic to a place for mom's link. They would give you a unique link. That's yours. You would own it. It would be yours. Anything that came through there, they'd know it was from your company. Or you could have your own forms, generate the leads, and then post those leads to them if they're willing to do that with you. It takes more trust for them to do that, but those are two ways you can do it. Usually the first one's probably the one that's going to be easier for you to get that deal done, where they're controlling everything, all the traffic's going to their sites. But those are ways you can just build a simple little lead gen biz and start to generate some rev, right? And maybe if you wanted to arbitrage it, the other way is, even if you're not a media buyer, if you can go find traffic that's relevant for that offer, well, if they're willing to pay $20, you can go to some publisher who already has traffic, right? This is you arbitraging this media and saying, hey, you want to run a place for mom? I'll pay you $15 for every sale. Now, if they don't have that deal or have never heard of it, well, then they might do it, right? And then they're ultimately the ones trying to generate the leads for you, and they're going to get $15 every time they get you a lead. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn around and you're going to sell it to a place for mom for $20. In that scenario, you're really not doing much other than coordinating the whole thing, finding the people that have the traffic, getting them to do the work, and then getting the deal set up, everything flowing through you, right? And then ultimately what would happen is a place for mom would pay you, and then you would pay your publishers. You always want to control the money, right? The money flow needs to come through your company. But I mean, those are simple ways for you to just kind of take advantage of like the media arbitrage space and the lead gen space and build a massive business. Just wanted to kind of come on here and tell you guys that because, I don't know, to me it's just so simple, but I've been doing it for so freaking long that like, I have to like come and remind myself to tell you guys all about this and how it works so that you can realize like the opportunity, realize like you guys can do this. You really can do this, and it can be done in any vertical, right? There's some things you need to do, obviously, if you want to arbitrage it simple, like low-hanging fruit, never did anything in your life, well, then just go get a deal, and then go get distribution for that deal, right? And maybe someone else does it for you. So at that point, you're not buying any media, you're not spending any money, you're only paying when a publisher gets you a lead, and then you're getting paid by that advertiser. But there's value to that. There's tons of value to that. And then as you start to make money, then maybe you build your own form, or maybe you start to drive traffic by buying traffic yourself. If you start making some money and you want to use that money to buy some more traffic, you can do that, right? There's a lot of different options. But so that in a nutshell is a lead gen vertical, and that's one of them. I can go over a few other ones, but I just wanted to keep it super short right now. I'll do some more videos kind of going over other verticals and things that people are doing, and some of the problems they're facing that they came to ask me about, and then some of the ideas and thoughts I had that I think I can help them with. But for now, I think that's enough for you guys to at least have a good idea about the lead gen space and the opportunities that exist. So if you like this, hit the thumbs up, share it with anybody you think might actually use this, and think there's some value. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, so you can get things like that, like this all the time, and you get notified. Put the notifications on, so whenever I'm pumping these out, you'll get notified all about it. And if you have any questions, either comment below, or you can text me, 917-636-1998. The text community is starting to get pretty big, so I try to get back to everybody as soon as possible. It's been taking me a little bit longer now because it's just growing, which is a good thing. It's a really good thing. But I do at some point get back to you, and it is me. Okay, I'm trying to really just stay focused on trying to answer each person's questions. So when I respond and someone's like, "Is this a bot? Is this you?" Yeah, it's me. I'm communicating back to you. So you'll have me direct. So if that's helpful, do it. Otherwise, I appreciate y'all. I hope everything's going great. It's starting to get nice out. We're starting to hit April, and I'm really pumped for it. Being able to just be outside, man, and take this bad boy for a drive. Which I'm going to think about doing something that I can get a return on this investment. Maybe I do these types of videos in the car once a week, so that leads in the 911 or something like that. I don't know, something cool. That way at least I don't feel like I just kind of bought something and can't do anything with it. Yeah, that's it, guys. In any event, I'm gonna go grab some lunch right now, but I wanted to come on and just tell you guys that quickly, and wishing you guys well. Be good. Bye bye.